Thank you for watching Rolyn's Reviews. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Sometimes I just can't stop.
Holla,
Sometimes I just can't stop.
holla.
Thank you for watching Rolyn's Reviews.
All right.
Thank you for watching Rolyn's Reviews. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Sometimes I just can't stop.
Holla,
Sometimes I just can't stop.
holla.
Thank you for watching Rolyn's Reviews. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Sometimes I just can't stop.
Holla,
Sometimes I just can't stop.
holla.
Thank you for watching Rolyn's Reviews. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Sometimes I just can't stop.
Holla,
Sometimes I just can't stop.
holla.
Well, all right. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Rolyn's Reviews. We're so glad to have you with us. Our guest you are familiar with. Miss Morrison is like a bad rash. She just keeps coming back. So we have a topic that we're going to discuss. We've been talking about it throughout last week, and we just wanted to talk about. We know there's some changes coming down, and Miss Morrison, everyone's speaking to you in the comment section. JoJo, Patricia, Chef, my partner, Fine as Wine, Rochelle, Sugar Daddy. Everyone is, of course, here. Glad that you're here. And, of course, ready to gain some more knowledge. So HBCU'S, historically Black colleges and universities. That's our topic for today. We all know the number one HBCU, of course, is North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro, North Carolina. We all know that already.
FSU, Bronco Pride.
Now, of course, Miss Morrison is sadly mistaken. Now, I have some Aggies in the chat section. Aggie Pride, let's shut her down today.
No.
She's been picking on me for years about these Fayetteville State Broncos in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Best teachers in America.
Yes. So for people that don't know about HBCUs, how you doing, Gina? They're all coming in. HBCUs were created roughly between 1865 1900. Then we had a few maybe after, but the majority were created between 1865. How you doing, prime time? And 1900. And 1867 is when you had the greatest number created. For people that's right, Patricia, Aggie Pride. How you doing, Lola? They're all coming in. See, you have no supporters here. Okay, just so you know. All these people in the chat section, they're Aggies. Woohoo!
Whatever.
So HBCUs account for 3% of colleges and universities in the United States, folks. So keep that in mind. However, HBCUs produce roughly 20% of all Black college graduates in the U.S. Okay, so keep that in mind. Roughly, there are 107, depending on the websites that you use, HBCUs. We know that some have been shuttered over the years. I think since 1997, we may have lost 15 or 16 that were shuttered. Okay, that does happen from time to time. Mm-hmm. Listen to these statistics, folks. You guys that know me know I'm a big numbers person, big statistics person. 70% of Black dentists and doctors, okay, physicians, graduate from HBCUs. Okay,
that's right.
80% of Black judges, okay, graduate from HBCUs, all right? And 25% of Black graduates with STEM degrees, we know that's in the science degrees, they graduate from HBCUs, okay? Roughly overall Black non-Black student makeup is roughly 24% of HBCU enrollment. Those numbers, statistics are from 2018. And so we're going to talk about, some of you may be familiar. Go ahead, type it in the chat section, you know, your familiarity with HBCUs, if you've graduated from one, if you have family members or know people that attend them. Tell us your college experience or your overall, and if you have any experiences with HBCUs, type that in the comment section for me, folks. Just so you know, Cheney University in Pennsylvania was the very first HBCU. That was 1837. Okay. And blue. Now, here's an interesting statistic. I was just sharing this with Miss Morrison. I just found this out from my research. I mean, I didn't know this. Bluefield State College in West Virginia is 90% Caucasian. So that was pretty interesting. Now, I'm going to tell you about famous alumni from North Carolina A&T State University. Then we'll let Miss Morrison talk. She's going to still be talking about her Bronco pride. We'll try to ignore her. So how many of you knew that Jesse Jackson graduated from North Carolina A&T State University? As a matter of fact, when I was in college, I went to school with Jesse Jr., I went to school with Jonathan Jackson, you know, so they were walking across campus the same time I was. Of course, their father, he was younger than he was on campus a lot visiting. So let's see. Rochelle said, HBCU grad, I loved it. Rochelle said, I knew that. I started out at the HBCU. Okay, Rochelle, so you knew that already. Ronald McNair, the first Black astronaut, we know he was killed in the Challenger explosion. I think it was 1986. Congresswoman Alma Adams, she's an Aggie. So remember Jesse Jr., Jonathan. How many of you knew that basketball player J.R. Smith was an Aggie? And this is something I found in my research. Taraj Henson, she actually attended North Carolina A&T State University. Okay, so I didn't know that. So guys, type your questions in the comment section. Miss Morrison's here. She's going to talk about some changes that may be taking place. And it's going to directly affect HBCU enrollment. Okay, go ahead, Miss Morrison. What do you have for us today?
Well, just to piggyback off of your statistics, one of the reasons that there's so many successful Black people then and now that graduated from HBCUs is because there have been a few longitudinal studies that have been done. And basically what that means is they studied students that started in a HBCU as freshmen, and they tracked these people for 10 years after they graduated and to see how successful they were. And what they found is that graduates from an HBCU are more confident and have more leadership qualities than Black graduates from PWIs. PWIs is predominantly white institutions. And because of that, these qualities make better employees. Okay. Right. They're more productive. They have more leadership ability, and they just make better employees. Therefore, this is why when you show that resume, contrary to popular belief, because you know a lot of people believe that if you graduated from a Black college, then your degree is worth less than if you graduated from a white college, and that people think that they won't get hired if they graduated from an HBCU. And even some Black people think this, okay? Because I've heard them. I was a teacher for a long time, and it was mostly high school. And there were a lot of Black students who told me, well, you know, my parents won't let me go to a Black college because they want me to have a better education.
Right.
Really?
Right. That's
okay. And so that's real. It's really sad because this is what I would tell them. Our professors at the HBCUs have the same doctorate and went to the same colleges to get their doctorate as the professors at any other college.
Right.
So how would your education be different?
Yeah.
And so it's really hurtful to hear these things, especially coming from our own people.
Right. And I feel
that we're less than. It's really sad sometimes to hear this from our own people that they really believe in themselves that they're less than.
Right.
So let's talk about but getting back to what I was talking about. And so because of these qualities that you gain going to a HBCU as a Black person, you gain this confidence and this leadership ability. Employers, whenever they come to these career fairs and all of that stuff, they don't go and have, when they want Black people working for them and when they want to recruit these people, they go to HBCUs to recruit them. They don't go to UNC Chapel Hill, North Carolina State University. They go to North Carolina Central and A&T and Fayetteville State to recruit Black employees.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because these are the people that they want. And let me tell you, it's a lot of people think, okay, well, it's about where you go to college is going to determine who hires you. Employers hire people. They don't hire colleges.
Right.
Okay. Because we can all see the difference in a person. Just because, for example, our ex-president, he graduated from either Harvard or Yale or somewhere, and we see he's not that bright. So it doesn't matter where you went to college. It's about who you are as a person. And also one major difference actually between a PWI and an HBCU is a smaller class size. Right. Our kids, and this is and Rolynn can vouch for this. Our kids learn better in a smaller class size.
Right. They do.
So therefore, you go on a typical PWI, you go to an English class, 400 kids, 300 kids. You go to an HBCU. I know when I went to Fayetteville State, the large class I went to had 45 kids in it.
Wow.
That's not much bigger than a high school class.
Right. Right.
When I wanted to see my professor, if I was having problems in my physics class, I saw my professor. My professor knew my name. Right. I didn't see a TA. Okay, because I wasn't paying thousands of dollars to be taught by a PA, to be tutored by a TA. I was paying thousands of dollars to be taught by my professor and to be tutored by my professor.
Ms. Morrison, if I can piggyback and segue off of what you just said, folks, what she's telling you is absolutely fact. And it's very disheartening that a lot of, as she said, a lot of African Americans are saying negative things about, and I won't call any names, obviously, I won't call names of coworkers, but we had a coworker, African American male, who sent his daughter, he decided he wanted to send his daughter to UNC. That, for those that don't know, that's the University of North Carolina. So you're going into all this debt. Now he's not a graduate of an HBCU, but there was a student that went to him. This is facts, folks. How you doing, Mark? A student went to him and told him that she wanted to go to North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro, and this teacher told her, no, you need to go to a PWI. It's better. First of all, he's never stepped foot on historically a Black college or university's campus. Why would you say that? Anyway, his daughter, some people get caught up in names and prestige. I tell my students, you can go to NCCU in Durham, which is North Carolina Central University, or you can go to Duke University. It's not a better education. It is more expensive. So that mindset needs to change. And I tell my students, depending on their financial situation, you may want to start at a community college for 2 years, your first 2 years of basic general courses, and then transfer. So, Miss Morrison, thank you so much for bringing that up. Go ahead, Miss Morrison.
Yeah. And so, and it's really sad that she had to go through that, because let me tell you something, going to a HBCU is an experience. And another thing, at HBCU, across the board, because I went to Fayetteville State, I'm a Bronco. I have a daughter that went to WSSU. She's a Ram, and my other daughter is an Aggie. So we have an extremely divided house, okay? So, and all three of us had the same experience. The atmosphere on a HBCU campus is family like.
Right.
Okay? It's family like. Let me ask y'all, have y'all heard of any mass suicide attempts on an HBCU campus? No,
I haven't.
they have the support. They have the family environment.
Right.
Okay. And I'm not saying this in a light manner either. Okay. I'm not saying this in a light manner either.
Right.
You are on an HBCU campus. You're not just a number.
Right.
Okay. You have support. You have family. It's not just your professor teaching you. It's like your auntie is teaching you. Okay. Because they know you. That's important. A lot of people really take that lightly.
Right.
You're not lost in a crowd because it's a smaller family environment. That is a big deal, especially to the way we live in our culture.
Right.
And that's how we teach. And Miss Rolynn will tell you, even that's how we treat our kids.
We do.
In the regular school system.
We do.
We don't say, I'm going to call Mrs. Jones and talk to her about you. We say, come here, youngin. Let me talk to you for a minute.
Right. We do.
Do I need to call Sharon? That's how we talk to them. We talk to them like they're our own children.
We do.
Because that's how they learn better. That's how we gain a relationship with them. And
right.
then we won't have any problems out of them. They'll work for us because they're used to a family and social environment. Because we have a different culture. I mean, it's becoming more homogeneous now, and we're being a little more assimilated, but we still have a slightly different culture, and we have to be tuned in to how best to teach our kids and what they need.
Right.
And a HBCU is going to do that as well.
Good point, Miss Morrison. I think it was Terry. I'm looking for a message that I missed. I thought I would make you happy. I think it was Terry Hairston. She has 2 kids. One is a Bronco. Miss Hairston, it's not too late. Get her to transfer. And one is an A.
She's saving a lot of money right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, Miss Morrison, what do you foresee the enrollment at HBCU's increasing in the future?
Well, I'm hoping, but I know that at Fayetteville State, what they've started doing, they started with Pembroke and they tried that out. What they have done at Pembroke and Fayetteville State is, Pembroke is our Indigenous American college, and Fayetteville State is the HBCU. What they've done is they've lowered the amount to enroll there. And to the making it equal to going to a community college. I don't even think you have to buy books there. So there's really no excuse for your child not having an education.
Okay. Is that just for student? What about, say, like someone like you or I that already have our degrees? Can we go and would we get that same price? That's a question I would have.
Well, we would be considered graduates.
Okay, so
but it would still be it's going to be higher than an undergrad,
right?
But it would still be at a discounted rate.
Oh, great! Okay,
it would still be at a discounted rate. So, and what their attempt is to, this is for what Biden has done. This is the reason he has done it. Right. He wants to make it easier for people of color and also the soldiers here at Fort Bragg as well,
Right.
to go to school without amassing such a large amount of student loans. And a lot of people fought against that. Because a lot of people feel like it's devaluing the university.
Right.
And everybody has their opinion about that. As long as it's being subsidized by some federal money, that's not, and it's the actual tuition is being replaced by federal money, I don't have a problem with it. Whatever way we can get more of our kids educated, I'm happy with.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, Miss Morrison, because I tell my students all the time, and the two of us have had these conversations. Here in North Carolina, we have all these community colleges in every county. So I tell my students, look at your financial situation. Now, obviously here, our students are primarily, military. So some of them have access to, they're going to use their parents' GI bills.
Right.
Don't have that option. So I tell them, don't, and for God's sake, people in the comment section, if you have a child or grandchild and they're thinking about going to a for-profit university, you tell them to run, not walk. Some of these for-profit universities are being sued by the U.S. military. They take your money and then you don't get your degree. So if you're in a state with community colleges and HBCUs, those are going to be your best bets. Go ahead, Ms. Morrison.
Yeah. And there's also something coming down the pipe. What the Republicans are trying to do now is to get rid of what's that? Affirmative action for colleges, which means that our athletes, before it didn't matter if you were a good athlete and you were destined to go get a college scholarship, you have to actually have the grades in high school to get there. Right. Now, at UNC Chapel Hill, Duke University, North Carolina State, that means you have to have a 3.85 GPA. Wow. 3.85 to get into one of those universities. Regardless of whether you are a good baller or not, you have to have a 3.85 and a very high SAT score.
Right.
Now, my question is, okay, because if you got that's whether you can play ball or not.
Right.
Now you have a ball, say your son or grandson or the granddaughter is an excellent basketball player. How's that going to play out? I'm really anxious to see how that's going to play out. I'm wondering, is there going to be some grade tampering, some cheating, some blocking of the SAT score? Because I really, what I want? I want those kids those ballers to start going to HBCU'S and start generating money for the HBCU'S instead of sending it to the PWIs. And because our kids are making the PWIs a lot of money.
So, Ms. Morrison, to segue off of what you said, that's why when Primetime went to Jackson State, took over the football program, he worked wonders. And, I thought that was great. He started getting top tier recruits to come to Jackson State, whereas in the past, they wouldn't even look in that direction. So do you feel that, there's going to be sort of an exodus from the PWIs, and maybe some of these top athletes will start to come back to the HBCUs? What do you think?
Well, that's what I would hope, because a lot of them say, well, I want to go be in the ACC, and I want to be on TV. Well, you know what? If the best players are going to HBCUs, guess who's going to be put on TV? The HBCUs.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. Rhonda's Lovely Sparks says, I'd like to see more visibility from HBCUs when it comes to voting, and more visibility in political issues, social causes as a united front. Media is not visible about this at all. Right. So we definitely need some more exposure. And Deion Sanders was bringing that, to Jackson State before he left to go to Colorado. So do you see the new changes that are coming, do you think that's going to affect them in a positive way?
I hope it does, because I know that, like you were saying earlier, we're only about 10% of colleges, but at the same time, I mean, we're still not invisible, and we still have a great impact. You also talked about most of the Black professionals, top tier professionals, graduated from an HBCU.
Right.
That can't be ignored either.
Right.
And all of our political leaders have graduated from a HBCU.
Good. Rochelle says they tried to gerrymander A&T right down the middle, half in one district and half in another. Yes, Rochelle,
yes, they sure did.
Yes,
they failed.
Yes, yes, Rochelle. Good point.
But that's the only way. That's the only way that Republicans can succeed, is to split up the Black people until their vote doesn't count.
Okay. Rhonda's Lovely Sparks says voting is valuable. Who is running your state? Who in your capital not passing laws towards the advancement of HBCUs? Vote them out. Right. That's what I tell people. Don't just vote for the president. You better vote locally for the people that are really going to affect you on a more personal level. Vicky typed in CIAA. Yeah. So, I'm hoping that, HBCUs will continue. And of course, we need to donate more. Of course, we know we need to do that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they will continue to grow, and I hope and pray that no more shutter. So we got to get some, financial things together for some of the universities that wind up, in financial disarray.
A lot of that though is mismanagement of money.
Right. So that's definitely got to be corrected. Definitely has to be corrected.
And honestly, I'm just gonna be real with you. A lot of Black universities just don't know how to manage their money. And hey, I know I might be wrong for saying this, but they need to get some white people in there to help them out, or some Asians or something. Somebody who's good with numbers. I'm just saying. So it's happening too much. I'm sorry, it's happening too much with the mismanagement of money at these colleges. They need to get some Asians in there to help them out with dollars.
So you think that there needs to be more
diversity?
Okay.
In the finance office, yes, it does. Yes, more diversity, some Asians or something in the finance office. Yes,
more diversity in the finance.
Yep.
Office. Okay. Hey, whatever works, as long as they can stay open and continue to function at a high level, I'm happy. Rhonda's Lovely Sparks says, "True, Rhonda Morrison. Transparency is real. Facts." Yep. So,
I mean, come on, y'all know we ain't good with money. Come on.
Yeah, we got to get that. We have to get that together. We don't want any more universities shuttering as a result of poor mismanagement.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had a couple of dates with the guy that worked in the finance office at Cheney. I see why they in trouble. He was shady. He was real shady. Hey. That's why it was only a couple of dates.
Shots fired.
Oh. No. You was in charge of the money? Oh my God.
Oh no. Rhonda's Lovely Spark says, hiring the wrong professor. Daniel Hernandez. How you doing, Dan? Thank you, dear. I'm fine. I hope that you are. Rhonda Morrison is here spitting facts. And I told you guys, she is very transparent. She will not sugarcoat Jack. Okay. She's always been transparent. I've known her 20 years just about. So she's gonna tell it like it is. Okay. And so that's what we wanted to talk to you about. And hopefully, guys, we're hoping that the HBCUs can continue to prosper. And Ms. Morrison, is there anything else you'd like to share with us on this topic?
I would just like to share that, listen, whenever you hear personally somebody that has a kid who's getting ready to go to college, getting ready to make those decisions, and please talk to them about a HBCU. Okay, talk to them about a HBCU. Tell them about what we've talked about today, or show them the video, and let them know that, hey, this is a decision that's going to affect the rest of your life. And also, one last thing I want to say too about college, and I say this in my book, Lovely can tell you about that. Right. You don't choose a college by the team, the ball teams, or the fact that your parents went there. You choose a college by your major for it. And just to give you an example, my daughter chose marketing, and A&T is known for their marketing program. They're also known for their engineering program. Fayetteville State puts out the best teachers there are in the country. Winston-Salem State puts out the best nurses. So that's how you choose. That's how you choose a college.
That's right.
Please get that message out. You choose your college by the program, not by who you like the best.
Thank you, Miss Morrison. I have told students that they're going to this college because their friends are going. No. And then what happens? They wind up coming back home. I said, I told you not to do that from the beginning, but you know, and I do. So, okay. Yeah, folks, sit down, have intelligent conversations. Okay, Sugar Daddy, with your young people about where they're going to go. Sugar Daddy has a niece at Howard. Whoop, whoop.
Woo, he's spending a lot of money.
Hey, yes, Howard University, beautiful campus.
Sugar Daddy, you can't afford to be a sugar daddy because you're gonna help her. You need to help her parents pay that bill, bro.
Help with that tuition, Sugar Daddy. Sugar Daddy,
that's a lot of money.
Sugar Daddy said, "I didn't sign up for that." You know,
my daughter. Look, my daughter had a $20,000 a year scholarship for Howard. They gave her $20,000. I said, well, where are you going to get the other $40,000 a year that it's going to cost to send you there? Get you behind the Greensboro.
Yeah, right. I mean, and that's see, we think alike. I tell
rich people, listen. Private colleges, that's black, white, Asian, whatever. Yeah. Private colleges are for rich people.
You got that right.
Unless they're giving you a whole 100% ride. Private colleges for rich people.
Okay.
Now, I have a cousin. Now Harvard knocked on her door and gave her a 100% free ride to Harvard. She has a doctorate in biostatistics from Harvard University. She did not pay a dime.
Oh wow,
that's cool.
That is great.
That's wonderful.
Oh, hey, Linnell Williams is how you doing, Miss? You remember Miss Lassiter, the former Miss Lassiter?
She's
Vicky's, Vicky Council's daughter is at Winston-Salem State University. Whoop whoop. Rams, girl. Excuse me. So, thank you, Rhonda. Say back at you, sister. Lola Cowboy said Miss Morrison is spicy. Always has been, Lola. This is who I've dealt with for 20 years. Okay. Oh, Sugar Daddy's niece is a medical student. Great.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, she'll have the money to pay her loans back. She'll be good.
Yeah. So again, folks, all we're saying is, give it a look. And it's so, as we said earlier, those of you who are just coming in, Miss Lassiter, aren't you an A&T Aggie? Type in the comment section, dear. Miss Lassiter said, Miss William, I didn't know that. I'm here. Okay. Yeah, so now Vicky and Linnell are gonna hook up because Linnell lives in Winston-Salem, and since her daughters are going to college. Aggie Miss Linnell is an Aggie. I told you the comment section is full of Aggies. Get yourself together, young lady, Miss Morrison.
And the last thing I would like to say, listen, if your child has the grades by the time they are finishing up their senior year, make them go to college at least 1 year. Just say, look, try this out for 1 year. If you don't like it, that's fine. But make them go at least 1 year. I guarantee you, if they go to a HBCU 1 year, they will not want to stop. My kids, I couldn't make my kids come home. I saw them Thanksgiving, Christmas, and spring break, and that's because they were thrown out of the dorm.
They came home because they had to.
They had no choice.
So again, folks, if you hear people speaking negatively about HBCUs, especially people that's never stepped on a campus, thank you, Mark. Hi, Eric, how you doing? Please, nicely and politely correct them. Ignorance is not golden, okay? And again, when people are talking about something and it just hurts so bad, especially what we mentioned earlier, those of you just coming in, and Rhonda, I see this a lot too. African Americans that have graduated from HBCUs, but now that they have arrived, they're doing well financially. Their children are too good. They want to send them to the PWIs. That's the wrong mindset, folks. Those of you just coming in, we sort of touched on that. Thank you, Rhonda, in the comment section. We sort of touched on that earlier. Why, if you're making those types of statements, you have a negative view of yourself, and so
self-hate.
Right.
They got a great education, and what it could be is that maybe they had too much fun, and they don't want their kids to have that much fun. I don't know.
Right. I don't know, but that's not fair. Mm-hmm. And anywhere you go, everything's not going to be just perfect. If you go to an HBCU, if you go to a PWI, you're going to have good times and bad times.
Right.
That's the way it goes. But that's life, people.
That's how you grow.
Right. Rhonda said, pay it forward. Rhonda, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to pay everything forward because, there were people along the way there that helped us to become successful. And so that's mainly what we wanted to, talk to you about. You guys know, when I end the video, there are links in the description box that I shared with you on HBCUs. So check them out. And, leave a comment when I end the video. Leave me a comment about the video. What did you think? What would you like for me to talk about in the future? Of course, Miss Morrison, I told you, she sort of grows on you. And they like that spice.
Like a fungus.
She grows on you. Miss Morrison grows on you like a fungus, which is part of the curriculum that I teach, microorganisms. So, tell me what you think, folks. Vicky Council, hit me up, please. I'm trying to start. Miss Morrison's going to be in on this too. We're trying to showcase our students who are doing very well, because we only hear about the bad ones when they're on the news or thrown in jail or something. We want to showcase the ones who did what they were supposed to do. They're out working in their careers. I have students now at Yale University. I have students in the military that are overseas. They receive top security clearances. I have students who graduated from NC State and HBCU. I mean, just all kinds of, colleges and universities. And a lot of them are doing very well. And we are going to start showcasing those, bringing those in, letting them talk. A lot of them, Miss Morrison and myself and Vicky Council, we've all taught a lot of the same kids.
Right.
We want to bring them in and talk to them. And maybe sometimes, when other students who may be struggling, when they see, look how far they were able to go, maybe that will motivate some of them to get it in gear. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this spicy chat session that we had today. If you would like for Miss Morrison to come back, type it in the comment section, folks. You know how we do. So Eric says, we are well, Rolynn, living the dream on this sunny yet cold day in Kenmore, Washington. Okay, Eric, I'm glad you're all right. Folks, please hit the like button. If you have various forms of social media and you enjoy what we do here at the Rolynn's Reviews YouTube channel, please share this on your various forms of social media. Hit that like button. That's going to help YouTube to share the video even more. Rhonda's lovely sparks. That spicy girl is the magic. That's what she said.
I will, Miss Lovely Sparks.
Oh boy.
Lynette, call me, girl.
Linnell. Okay.
Linnell, yeah.
I'll give you her number. I have her number.
Okay, you have a number. I want to talk to her.
Yes. Sugar Daddy says, nice. Rhonda's lovely sparks. Love our teachers. They deserve to get paid as much as doctors. Rhonda, you need to run for Congress. I like the way you think. Okay. Lady Lee, but thanks again, Miss Morrison. Great content. Yes, come back. They're asking you to come back. You're stuck.
Anytime.
Sugar Daddy, teachers are invaluable. Had 2 in my family. All right, Sugar Daddy, I love it. Vicky Council, yes. I sent you a name. Thank you, Vicky. I'll reach out to the Mary Green. Thank you, Miss Green. We love you.
Hey, Miss Green, I love you.
We all love you, Miss Green, but come back. All right. That's a Miss Green is a teacher that we used to work with. Now Miss Green's not thinking about us. She's retired.
She gone.
She's gone. Oh my God. She's gone. Okay, I'm not gonna quit my day job.
That's my jam.
Woo! Yeah, Hall & Oates, right? She's gone. Oh,
Please don't quit your day job, girl. Don't do that.
Woo!
Don't do that.
Rhonda, everyone in the comment section, you see how she clowns me. She's been doing this for 25 years. Oh my God. So Rhonda's lovely spark said my married name is all right, Rhonda.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna let you guys go. That's right, Sugar Daddy, Hall & Oates, Blue-Eyed Soul, baby, all day long.
They was my people.
I still listen to Hall & Oates.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we'll be back here. Oh, Lola said, see you, Mrs. Spicy. That's your new name.
Sriracha.
Had to do it. Oh, okay, Ron. That's right, Rhonda. That's the song. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Me and Miss Morrison. Rhonda Dunlap said, I got another Rhonda in here. She said no singing. Oh.
Please don't do that. That's what that was. I thought you stepped on your cat.
You remember the Gong Show? They're pulling me. They have the hook. They're pulling me off. I know I'm telling my age. All right, guys. So everyone, enjoy your week. We had so much fun here with you. And definitely come back. Miss Spicy's going to come back. I can't get rid of her. I told you, she's like a bad rash. Leave a comment in the comment section, folks. Tell me what you want me and Miss Morrison to talk about. And you know, if I choose your topic, you're going to see a little money in your Cash App. You already know. All right. Thank you, guys. We love you. Be safe, and we'll see you again here next Sunday, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? Take care.